Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today is going to be a very simple YouTube video because what I'm doing is I'm just going to do a really quick shelf tour and show you guys like all of the books that I own. And I actually have two shelves, so we're going to go through both of those today. And then also I have some books just stuffed in a drawer when I ran out of space on the first shelf, and like the second shelf didn't exist yet because that's a newer edition that my dad built me and all that. And those are basically just like books that I don't care for as much or that I fully DNF'd. So I just don't really care about having them on display, So I'm going to go through those as well at the end. So we're not going to miss anything. And let's just go ahead and get started. Also, totally going to pretend that this didn't take me forever to do. Because I remember like it's been like a month now or something since I planned to do a shelf tour because I asked for booktube ideas on my Bookstagram and somebody said to do this, and I'm just now getting to it. But that's fine because it could have been worse. It could have taken me a year or 2 or 5 or 20. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to do a quick overview here. Here is shelf number 1, just like what it looks like. And I'm going to show other stuff other than books, because everybody else does that when they do shelf tours normally. If you don't care, you can skip ahead, I guess. I'd rather you not, but like, here is this candle that my boyfriend gave me for our anniversary last year. It says 3 years down, forever to go. It's lavender scented. And then here's this rock. I kind of forgot it was even here. And basically I painted this rock for like my cousin who was in my last video, her birthday party when she was like 6 or something. And this is supposed to be a crab because the theme for her birthday was like sea themed. It's really bad, but there's that. And then there's this that my mom got me. And the thing is I had to improvise and have our anniversary written down on the sticky note, because what she did was she literally just put his birthday on there and like I couldn't tell her to fix it because it was a surprise, so it was fine. So improvise there. And then behind it we basically just have these birthday dolls, which is something my grandma used to do for me. And like, not to like dump a bunch of sadness on you, but before she passed away she was in a nursing home, so for the like couple of years after she got diagnosed with dementia, I still got them. So I have like 14 and 15 there and like 13 and stuff, and I was almost 12 when she got diagnosed. But like after 15 my parents like forgot about it, I guess, because I haven't gotten one from them in replacement since then. So that's kind of not happening anymore. And then we have, my arm is already starting to hurt, but that's okay. Then we have this like little decoration. It's out of battery, so it hasn't been lit up in forever, but it used to. So that's there. I got that for like Christmas or something. And then we just have like hair accessories and like randomness that I just have sitting there. And then we have these 2 Bibles that have completely fallen apart, but you're not supposed to throw away a Bible, so they're just kind of there. Unfortunately, I don't want to say useless, so I'm not going to, but they're just there, Alright, now let's move on to the actual books. First, I do have these little like banks for coins sitting right here as well for my initial and middle initial, I guess, since there's 2 of them. We're going to move them out of the way so I can properly go through these books. So right here we have all of my Emily Henry books all together. Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, Funny Story. Oh, she was hiding right here. We could have missed her. And then I have Frigid by Jennifer L. Almentrout right there. Then I have the Belmare High series by Mary Wayne. This, if you love, I'm going to like do a quick plug for this girl really quickly. These books are so good. If you love Boys of Tommen, you'll love these because it's very similar. And I feel bad because these books don't get enough attention and they deserve so much more. Like, it was crazy. Like, I went on the author's Instagram, right? I follow her and stuff. And after a while, I finally noticed that I literally have more followers on Instagram. I'm gonna like do this now so you can like see me because I felt weird, but I literally have more followers on my Bookstagram than she does on her account. And I was like, what? That's crazy. So like, read those books because they're so good. And the 3rd book in the series is coming out soon. I don't know when though, because I don't think she's posted a release date, but like she's dropped the title and who the book is about and all of that, you know? Alright, moving on. Then we have my Lynn Painter books. Better Than the Movies, Nothing Like the Movies, Mr. Wrong Number, Betting on You, The Do-Over, Fake Skating. Then we have my 2 Anne Liang books. I've read something else by her too, but I got that from the library back in 8th grade, so I don't have it. So it's just those 2. It Ends With Us, Don't Cancel Me. I have a Colleen Hoover book on my shelf. I read this like 3 years ago though, so don't cancel me. Promises We Meant to Keep, The Summer I Turned Pretty books, The Love Hypothesis, Archer's Voice, this series, 1,000 Boy Kisses and 1,000 Broken Pieces, Unpopular Opinion, second book was better. Then we have Yours Truly, Just for the Summer, Ready or Not, The Long Game, Holiday Romance, Letters to Heaven. Read that book too. It's a Christian romance there, so if you're not Christian, maybe you wouldn't like it, but it was really good. Close to You, Look After You. Read this one too. I'm just gonna start plugging all of the like underrated books made by small authors in this because they're so good. Please Don't Go. Right off the bat, we have Boys of Tom, and Taming 7 is missing because I'm rereading it right now, so like just pretend that it's like so there, you know? And then we have the Twisted series right next to it, and just all of my Anna Hong, because then we have King of Sins and Gods of the Games, I think is what that's called, right? And then Windy City Plus in Her Own League. And then we have this microphone that I got for this channel to use, but I can't even get it to work. Like, I can't figure out how to put in the batteries. So that's, like, so unfortunate. And then we have, like, this bunny fidget thing that likes to yell at me sometimes. Yeah, see? And it's really annoying. Starting off, we have all of the Elle Kennedy books. So we have Off Campus, Briar U, Campus Diaries, Love Song, and then Girl Abroad. Then we have just random, some underrated books again. The Moment Promised, Hate Mail, so good you don't even understand. Like, you just don't. So read this. But, like, don't watch my last YouTube video when I'm talking about this book, because I gave, like, a major spoiler with no warning. To Love Jason Thorne, If He Had Been With Me, so sad. I don't have the second book because I refuse to read it. I don't want to be that sad, you know. Then we have The Way I Used to Be, The Way I Am Now, One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I DNF'd this, so maybe it should get demoted from the shelf, I don't know. Play With Me by Becca Mack. That's the only one in the series I read. Same with Throttled by Lauren Asher. But then I have books 2 and 3 in this series. I low-key forgot what it's called. It's Lakeland Billionaires, I'm pretty sure. But it's Love Unwritten and Love Arranged. I didn't read the first book. And then we have this big chunky girl right here, Alchemized. So good. And then we have just like this little fun game. It's like a memory game, but it's like out of batteries. I don't even know why it's sitting here though, if I'm being completely honest. So moving on to the 4th shelf. First, we just have this photo album here with like pictures from my phone. We have just regular Dick Calloway, all 10 books right here. Then we have Bad Rep. I have the copy of the duet that has both books in just one because I didn't like the covers that the separate books come in, because like the second book in the series, I think it might be the first one though, has a shirtless man on the cover, and I'm good. So there's that. And then we have all 13 books of Like Us right here, and then I did have Burn Bright right there, but then Silver Sweet came out and I wanted them together, so they're both on my other shelf now because there wasn't any space, because what do you do? Second shelf, we're gonna go ahead and do bottom to top instead of top to bottom, since Burn Bright and Silver Sweet are right there, so there's them. They look so beautiful. Right here I have the first like 4 books in the Shatter Me series, because I'm gonna read that after I finish rereading Taming 7. And then I have the book that has the novellas in it coming, but it hasn't arrived yet, so I just have these beautiful creatures right there. And then if I spin you around, please tell me nothing's gonna fall, because things fall off of this shelf all the time. And then I have just Culty by Mariana Zapata here by itself. Like, there's not many books on this shelf yet. And then I just have these, like, life lesson books that I've never touched that my mom just bought me. Oh no, my finger was on the screen. I'm so sorry. But there they are, since apparently you couldn't see them. And I don't think there's anything on this other side. Right here, a step up, we have the Natural series. And then up here, Star Side, that's on its own for right now. And then we have these hard covers of Harry Potter. I totally haven't read past like 200 pages of Goblet of Fire though, and I've had these books for 6 years. But that's like so okay. Like that's so fine and so not an issue. We can just ignore that. And then there's these down here. These still have like the covers on them because these ones are the ones I haven't even started or touched. So that's kind of funny. Then we have like this book right here, which is one of the books that there's two of the books that my boyfriend's grandma got me. And then there's also this random stuff up here too, like this net that used to hold my stuffed animals that was right here that had to be taken down because of this shelf. Oh, my bad. This thing, and then this, I don't even really know what's in it. I think that's like jewelry. I twist it around, we have my beauties right here. We have the Empyrean series, gotta love it. And then down here, we have Runaway Bride and Prejudice. And then we also have these two Christian romances right here in a series by Tracy Back. Love that. And then we have the Undone series by Peyton Corinne right here. And then we have more Krista and Becca down here with this Webs We Weave series. I forgot what it was called for a second. That was kind of bad. And then up here we have another book that my boyfriend's grandma got me as well. And that's it for the shelves. I'm kind of proud of myself because I perfectly sat this phone on the doorknob, so that's exciting. So let's film it this way. So we have Rise of the Isle of the Lost by Melissa De La Cruz. What book number is this? It's book 3 in the Descendants books. So obviously this is just one that's from when I was little, but I remember in like 8th grade I just started reading it for some reason because I didn't like reading when I was little, so I like never read this when I got it outside of like page 1 because like reading, it generally used to give me a headache anytime that I tried, unless it was Dork Diaries. That was like the only thing I could do. So there's that. So that's here. Then we have Pride and Prejudice. I DNF'd this because I was so bored. So that was back in 9th grade, freshman year. So there's that. Then we have Say You'll Be Mine by Naina Kumar. I totally pronounced that right. I don't even know. And this book, it wasn't even bad. Ignore the way that I used to annotate is killing me. But it wasn't even bad. It's just I closed the book and I never thought about it again. Oh well, what do you do? It's Marriage of Convenience though. Kinda. Not even. It's a little complicated. I don't know if I should even talk about it though. I'll just say something really quick. It's Marriage of Convenience, kind of, because they're like, it's more so fake marriage or fake engagement, because like their parents wanted them to be Marriage of Convenience with like people, so they decided to pretend to be like engaged and in love after they met so their parents could leave them alone. Okay, I have like a bunch of stuff in here that I have to like clear out that's on top of the books. Oh my goodness. Then we have another DNF. The bookmark is still in here, like where I stopped, because I was gonna go back to it, but it's been like a long time now, so like probably not, because it's been like 2 years. But it's My Dark Romeo, and this book just like really sucks. So there's that. And that one actually is Marriage of Convenience. Bonus item, it isn't technically a book, but my boyfriend got me the Monopoly 4th Wing edition, and that made me really happy, so I have that in here because this is also like my game / fidget toys from 2021 drawer, because where else are they supposed to go? This is another DNF. This is Rules of the Game by Jay Wilder, and basically the reason I DNF'd this is because I got the recommendation from this TikTok someone made where they were saying like there's a scene in here where she talks about how she has a crush on her brother's best friend to her brother, and how she doesn't know that her brother is on the phone with the guy. So I just really wanted to know what happened next. But the thing is that, spoiler alert, I guess, but at the beginning of the book, the brother literally dies. And it was really dumb and stupid. And then she stopped talking to the best friend because it was like their fault that he died. Because like he caught them kissing and then he got in his car and drove away really fast and angry and then got into an accident. That was that whole thing. So I was just like, it was so stupid and I was so disappointed. And so I just stopped reading it because of that. So that's always a fun time. Then we have Finding Cinderella by Colleen Hoover, and this is just a really terrible book. So that's all I have to say. Like, I always say that this is probably the worst book I've ever read, so do with that what you will. And that was like 3 years ago as well, so. And then the only other Colleen Hoover book I have is I have Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. And this one I was obsessed with at the time, but now when I think back about it, it's kind of a mess. So do with that what you will. And then we have Six of Crows, which I finished this book after I DNF'd it the first time because I didn't understand what was going on and I was also bored. But then I finished it but still didn't comprehend a word of it because this was my first time reading fantasy, which was a mistake, and I also didn't read the Shadow and Bone trilogy beforehand. And something that I really want to do, but who knows when I'm going to do it, is I want to reread this again now that I've gotten more into like fantasy books to see if I have a better understanding of it. And also I want to watch the Shadow and Bone adaptation before it because I've seen people say that if you just watch the Shadow and Bone show, then you can read just these two books and then you should be good to go. You don't need to read Shadow and Bone, so we'll see. And then, you know, Crooked Kingdom, the bookmark is so old and it's still there, like right at the beginning of the book. And this was 2 years ago because I remember I did my retry for like Six of Crows and then read the little bit of this right before I started reading off campus. And so that's how long it's been. And I never picked it up again. For no apparent reason. I just didn't because I don't care. But again, gonna try and do a redo some point before I get old and elderly. So that's it for this video. You can't even see me. That's it for this video. Those are all the books that I own. And if you're wondering about It Starts With Us, I borrowed that book from a friend, just FYI. Like, I didn't think to mention it when I showed It Ends With Us earlier, but that's what that is about. I did read it. So that's just it. Very simple video for today, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of the books I have anyway, and that I did a good job of showing them. I know at some point I might have not been great with my recording technique, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. So bye bye.